Dennis the Menace, 1993, brought colorful childhood memories with Dennis's mischievous adventures and his neighbors. But behind the scenes, the cast experienced real-life stories, illness tragedy, and even unexpected successes. Who are they, and what happened after the movie wrapped? If you find this content interesting, comment 1. If not, comment 0. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss other exciting videos. Let's get started right now. Mason Gamble, only 7 years old, was chosen from tens of thousands of children to play Dennis Mitchell, the mischievous blonde boy who brought laughter to millions of viewers. From his very first appearance, Mason amazed audiences and filmmakers alike with his radiant smile and natural acting ability. The role of Dennis Mitchell didn't just catapult Mason to fame overnight, it turned him into a childhood icon for an entire generation, an image that anyone who grew up in the 90s would find unforgettable. However, early fame also brought significant challenges. Mason quickly realized that being famous didn't always mean being happy. The pressure from the media, the expectations of fans, and the constant comparisons to other child stars left him feeling isolated. Mason struggled with the loss of freedom and the lack of a normal childhood things that other kids experience naturally. When he turned 18, Mason made a major decision to leave Hollywood, give up the spotlight, and pursue a private, peaceful, and more meaningful life. Leaving Hollywood didn't mean that Mason gave up his passions. On the contrary, he gradually found a balance between his hobbies, work, and personal life. Mason focused on scientific research, particularly marine conservation, a field he had always been interested in. Field trips studying marine ecosystems and observing endangered species became both a source of joy and a way for him to make a positive impact on the community. Today, at 39 years old, Mason Gamble leads a private yet fulfilling life. The fame and notoriety that once made the whole world know him are now just a part of childhood memories, giving way to peace, a passion for science, and meaningful values. The journey from the mischievous boy Dennis Mitchell to a grown marine researcher is not only a story of personal growth, but also a living testament to the ability to find happiness beyond the spotlight of the entertainment world. At 63 years old, Joan Plowright brought to life the character of Mrs. Martha Wilson, a gentle and composed woman who serves as a balancing anchor in the chaotic world of Dennis and Mr. Wilson. On screen, she radiated warmth, kindness, and compassion, allowing audiences to feel the beauty of calm amidst everyday troubles. However, behind the spotlight, Joan's life faced far more challenges and tragedies than any film she had ever starred in, from complicated romances to serious health issues. Long before becoming the beloved Mrs. Wilson, Joan was at the center of a sensational theater scandal when she fell in love with the legendary Laurence Olivier while he was still in a turbulent marriage with Vivien Leigh. The affair led the public to label her as the other woman and subjected her to immense pressure. Although the relationship eventually resulted in a marriage that lasted 28 years, it was far from smooth. They faced private struggles and constant public scrutiny. Joan constantly had to find a balance between love, fame, and her demanding theater career. In her later years, Joan battled numerous serious illnesses, including Lyme disease, near-total vision loss, and Alzheimer's, a disease that stole precious memories. She passed away on January 16, 2024, leaving deep sorrow among her family and the artistic community. Most of her estate, valued at around $5 million, was donated to theater foundations, continuing to support the next generation of performers. Joan's legacy is not only in her outstanding performances, but also in the image of a resilient woman devoted to art and life, shining brightly despite facing countless challenges. At 72 years old, Walter Matthau took on the role of Mr. George Wilson, the grumpy neighbor with a kind heart underneath. His gruff exterior was not just acting but a shield hiding childhood wounds. Through his eyes, voice, and every gesture, Matthau brought George Wilson to life as a character both humorous and touching, making audiences laugh while empathizing with his loneliness and profound inner world. Walter Matthau's life was a series of gambles, both in his career and personal life. His first marriage ended due to alcoholism, while his second marriage to Carol Marcus also faced challenges because of his gambling habits and infidelities. Beneath the humor and charm seen on screen, Matthau was a complex man constantly hiding pain and deep-seated obsessions. These life experiences gave depth and authenticity to every role he played. Matthau's health was also a fierce battle. He underwent 7 surgeries, including a heart valve replacement, right after completing his role in Dennis the Menace. Though he made audiences laugh, Matthau personally faced fears of illness and thoughts of mortality, highlighting his courage and resilience even more. Walter Matthau passed away on July 1, 2000, leaving behind deep sorrow. He is remembered not only for his humorous roles. Every character he portrayed carried authenticity and humanity. Matthau's legacy also lies in the moments that deeply resonated with audiences. He became an unforgettable part of cinematic history. At 53 years old, Paul Winfield brought to audiences the image of a dignified, calm, yet commanding police chief. This solemn demeanor was not only a hallmark of his acting, but also reflected the real person he was, a necessity to survive in the high-pressure entertainment industry. In an era when discrimination was still prevalent, Winfield learned to conceal his true self, maintaining a flawless on-screen image to protect his career and the respect of the public. Outside the spotlight, Paul Winfield led a private life filled with love. He concealed his homosexuality throughout his career, building a deep and enduring relationship with his partner Charles Gillen Jr. for 30 years, completely private and away from public scrutiny. When Charles passed away from cancer in 2002, a part of Winfield seemed to shatter, forcing him to confront profound loneliness and immense grief. His later years were a series of health challenges. Paul Winfield battled type 1 diabetes for many years, which led to heart and kidney complications, making each day a struggle for survival. He passed away on March 7, 2004, at the age of 64, leaving a legacy not only in the arts, but also in quiet courage. Paul Winfield stood as a testament to a strong, resilient person living authentically and dedicating his final resources to charitable causes, inspiring generations to come. At 54 years old, Christopher Lloyd transformed into Switchblade Sam, a scruffy yet humorous drifter, creating an eccentric character audiences couldn't forget. From Doc Brown in Back to the Future to Switchblade Sam, he built a career on roles that were both chaotic and lovable, each leaving a lasting impression. Lloyd's characters always appeared disheveled, but possessed a strange charm, making viewers both laugh and empathize. Ironically, Lloyd's life off-screen was completely opposite to those chaotic characters. He went through 5 tumultuous marriages, constantly seeking stability, but always facing conflicts between his busy career and personal life. While his illustrious career brought laughter to millions of viewers, it made it difficult for him to find true peace in his private life. Ultimately, Christopher Lloyd found peace with his current wife, Lisa Loyacono. Now at 87 years old, he is a living legend of Hollywood. Although his era of iconic roles has passed, Lloyd remains healthy, occasionally appearing at events and conventions, leaving a lasting impression as a talented artist and a person who has finally found the serenity that his characters never experienced. At 32 years old, Lea Thompson took on the role of Alice Mitchell, a model of the patient, warm mother every child dreams of. Her gentleness was not just acting, but reflected the real Lea, a person with a big heart and deep affection. On set, she met director Howard Deutsch, the great love of her life, and together they built a close-knit, loving family. The role of Alice Mitchell quickly became an icon of motherhood for audiences, while also showcasing Lea Thompson's depth and kindness. However, Hollywood life was not always a fairy tale. Lea sacrificed many acting opportunities to step back and care for her family, and this decision brought significant stress along with mild bouts of depression as she felt her acting career being overlooked. Retreating from the spotlight was a major challenge, forcing her to learn how to balance family responsibilities with career ambitions. Those difficult years helped Lea truly understand the value of family bonds and the inner strength needed to overcome challenges. Nevertheless, Lea did not let these obstacles defeat her. She reinvented herself as a director and producer while continuing to act in ways that fit her current life. Her career became more diverse, encompassing not just acting, but also creative projects that contributed to the entertainment industry in meaningful and humanistic ways. Through these experiences, Lea demonstrated that an artist can succeed without sacrificing family values and personal identity. Now at 64 years old, Lea Thompson continues to live happily with her husband Howard Deutsch and their two talented daughters, Zoe and Madeline Deutsch, who are also following in their parents' footsteps in the entertainment industry. Lea's life and career stand as a testament to resilience, love, and an undying passion for the arts. From her role as Alice Mitchell on screen to her work as a director and producer off-screen, she has left a lasting mark on audiences and the history of American cinema. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more, don't forget to hit like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our exciting upcoming videos. Let's continue the journey together right now. At 30 years old, Robert Stanton took on the role of Henry Mitchell, the calm father, the eye of peace amidst Dennis's whirlwind. His subtle and authentic performance brought the character to life, embedding the image of a patient, warm father deeply in the audience's memory. With gentle eyes and a measured voice, Stanton highlighted the contrast between Dennis's chaotic life and the stability that Henry provided. This role was not only a turning point in his film career, but also created an icon of calmness and understanding in the hearts of viewers. Despite his on-screen success, Stanton's personal life remained relatively quiet and at times quite lonely. His marriage ended quickly as both he and his spouse were busy with work and the arts, leaving behind emotional scars that were hard to heal. After his divorce, Stanton devoted himself entirely to the stage, where he found healing and a deep connection with audiences. These experiences also gave him greater insight into roles about family responsibility and humanity, making each appearance on stage or screen resonate with authenticity. However, career pressures and mild depression forced Stanton to take a break for a period to recover his mental health. As of 2025, at 62 years old, Robert Stanton still lives in New York, dividing his time between family and sharing his valuable experience with the next generation of actors. He uses his life experiences, from loneliness and loss to joy and dedication to his craft, to guide and inspire young actors, proving that even those who have faced challenges can leave a lasting legacy of artistry and character. Do you remember the nanny Polly with the sharp, sarcastic remarks? At just 14 years old, Natasha Lyonne shone in that spotlight. Although her screen time was brief, her intelligence, wit, and creativity stood out, paving the way for a promising career. Natasha quickly proved that she was not just an ordinary child actor, but a hidden talent capable of overcoming any challenge to leave a lasting mark on screen. However, Natasha's journey after Dennis became one of Hollywood's most harrowing stories. She fell into a severe cycle of addiction, facing alienation from family and friends. Her body endured serious consequences: hepatitis C, collapsed lungs, heart infections from drug use, and multiple hospitalizations in critical condition. Those years proved that Hollywood's spotlight can sometimes conceal ruthless darkness. But Natasha Lyonne is a living testament to extraordinary resilience. In 2012, after open-heart surgery and a prognosis that she might not survive, she was determined to fight against the odds. Her impressive comeback through shows like Russian Doll and Poker Face was not only a revival of her career, but also a declaration of vitality, perseverance, and the ability to overcome any adversity. Natasha Lyonne proved that no matter the challenges, a resilient spirit can shine brilliantly. Every Dennis needs a Margaret, and 8-year-old Amy Sakasitz was the perfect girl for the role. With her intelligence, sassiness, and charm, she created an unforgettable Margaret. Although her screen time was brief, Amy's confidence and natural acting ability made her a familiar face to young audiences, proving that even small roles can leave a lasting impression. However, like Mason Gamble, Hollywood was not Amy's ultimate destiny. After a few more roles, she decided to step away from the entertainment industry to focus on her studies and build a private life. She wanted a normal childhood, free from the pressures of the spotlight and public expectations. This decision, though wise, also led to a difficult period, as she faced feelings of uncertainty and mild depression in her 20s. But Amy Sakasitz overcame every challenge and found her own path. Today at 40, she runs an art center for children, using her talent and creativity to inspire and support the next generation. Her life proves that success is not just about fame on screen, but also about finding meaning and joy in what you do while spreading value and inspiration to those around you. We know Devin Rattray from his roles as Buzz in Home Alone and Mickey in Dennis the Menace. From a young age, he became a familiar face of the 90s, beloved by audiences for his ability to portray awkward, slightly goofy, yet humorous and endearing characters. With his mischievous eyes and natural smile, Devin created memorable moments, becoming a part of the childhood of millions of viewers around the world. However, the spotlight of the screen did not reflect all the challenges in his personal life. Early fame came with immense pressure, forcing him to face emotional and psychological struggles. While his roles brought laughter, his real life was full of instability. Devin battled depression, feelings of isolation, and career disappointments as acting opportunities became scarce, and his fame was no longer as bright as it once was. In the following years, Devin also faced serious legal and mental health issues. He was once arrested on charges of assault and violence, further tarnishing his public image. These troubles not only affected his career, but also had a deep impact on his personal life, forcing him to live quietly and stay away from the spotlight he once dreamed of. Today, at 49, Devin Rattray lives a relatively private life, focusing mainly on his personal life and staying away from media attention. Nevertheless, the roles he played during the childhood of millions of viewers remain a vivid testament to his talent and lasting influence. The mischievous and humorous moments Devin brought to the screen still linger in the memories of the generation that grew up with Home Alone and Dennis the Menace, reminding us that even when the spotlight fades, his mark on the screen endures. At 6 years old, Kellen Hathaway brought to life Joey, Dennis's loyal and close friend. Joey is the other half of the mischievous duo, always standing by Dennis in their memorable antics. Kellen's natural charming performance and his ability to elicit laughter made the character of Joey an indispensable part of the series, leaving a lasting impression on both young audiences and adults alike. However, the spotlight was not Kellen's entire life. After Dennis the Menace, he tried his hand at a few other roles, but as he entered his teenage years, Kellen realized the pressures of Hollywood were overwhelming and decided to step away from the entertainment industry to focus on his studies and enjoy a normal childhood. This decision allowed him to avoid the pitfalls of early fame and regain balance in his life. Today, Kellen Hathaway has grown into an adult who chooses to live a simple and peaceful life. As of 2025, at 38 years old, he resides in California and works in the field of digital media, where he can develop his career on his own terms without the pressures of the spotlight. Although he left Hollywood, memories of Joey still live on in the hearts of audiences, reminding them of the young talent who once stirred up mischief alongside Dennis. At the age of 36, Ron Canada appeared in Dennis the Menace as a calm yet authoritative police officer. Although it was a minor role, his deep, warm voice and serious, confident demeanor left a strong impression on the audience, making the character memorable despite limited screen time. His professionalism and ability to bring every scene to life showcased his underlying talent. Before stepping into acting, Ron Canada had an impressive career in journalism. After graduating, he became a television reporter, specializing in in-depth investigative reports. His efforts were recognized when he won a regional Emmy in 1977, marking an early milestone in his journey to establish his own voice in the field of media. In the mid-1980s, Ron took a bold turn, shifting his focus to theater and film. He not only acted, but also participated in producing and mentoring young actors. Today, at 68, Ron Canada remains actively dedicated to the arts, teaching acting and working on independent film projects, continually demonstrating his enduring vitality and unwavering passion for his craft. When Dennis the Menace premiered, Melinda Mullins was 35 years old and played Andrea, a sharp and aloof colleague. Although a supporting character, Melinda left a lasting impression with her elegant, confident presence and extensive stage experience. Her nuanced performance made Andrea a memorable and respected figure in the eyes of the audience. Melinda's personal life has also seen its ups and downs. She married actor and writer Joshua Bryant, who has been her partner through many artistic journeys. After years of dedication to stage and film, the couple moved to France in 2018 to enjoy a peaceful retirement far from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood, spending their days together in tranquility. However, their happiness was not to last. Joshua Bryant passed away on June 25, 2024, leaving Melinda in deep loneliness and grief. After this loss, she almost completely withdrew from the performing arts world, dedicating most of her time to writing plays and studying literature, seeing it as a way to heal and maintain her connection to the creative passion that still burned brightly within her. If you enjoyed the story of Melinda Mullins and the legendary cast of Dennis the Menace, hit the like button to support the channel. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow classic film lovers so you can all reminisce about these unforgettable moments together. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel today to make sure you don't miss upcoming videos about stars and untold stories behind the scenes.